Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, still morning. Thank you for your application and interest in serving as a circuit court judge. As you know, my name is Travis Maddock, and I'm the chair of the commission currently. We have 7 commissioners here and 1 on Zoom. This is currently a civil circuit vacancy in Division 2, Volusia, DeLand. It's a civil docket. The appointment could end up criminal, civil, family, anywhere in our circuit. We have 19 applications, can only certify 6. Why should you make the list?
I believe that my knowledge, skills, and ability with the experience that I have actually lends me to be a very strong candidate that can really benefit the 7th Judicial Circuit. I believe that my experience as an Assistant Attorney General, where I looked at trials from beginning to end, literally every aspect of a trial, gives me a particular skill set that I can bring and come in and hit the ground running. We did a lot of different types of issues. I was able to handle all of those. And so I have a lot of exposure. While it's not traditional trial experience, I believe that I have probably looked at more trials than most attorneys have actually tried. And so I've seen a lot of different aspects. I believe that strength can translate to the bench as well.
Those trials, are those mostly criminal trials, though, you're working in appeals, or?
Mostly the appeals were criminal, but a lot of them did have a civil aspect to them. So I was able to do like bench trials, evidentiary hearings, and they would utilize the civil rules of procedure as well. So I did have exposure to some. It was definitely more criminal, but as we know, the rules of evidence apply to both of those. So I would be able to utilize that to my advantage.
We've sent you up twice. Twice you didn't get it. You gonna close the deal this time?
I'm certainly working on it. I am absolutely working that. I would love to be able to do that. As we know, there's no ability for me to understand that. There's lots of things that play into that factor, and I am certainly trying my very best because I do believe that I'm a strong candidate.
Where do you see yourself best serving our judiciary in the 7th Circuit? What type of docket do you think you'd be the biggest asset for?
I really think I could handle any of them. I don't have, because I have been out of the full practice of law. I've only been doing it sort of on a contract basis the last couple of years. I think I could sit anywhere immediately. I wouldn't have to recuse myself from anything. But I do have experience in family law. I've been doing probate. I have criminal. So I think I could sit anywhere immediately.
What's going to be the biggest challenge for you as a new judge?
I think probably just figuring out the docket that I would get assigned to and being able to get up to speed on that as quickly as possible.
As an applicant for judge, you must know the Florida Code of Judicial Conduct. How many times do you think you've read those rules?
Probably 3 times over the last couple of years, I would say, and then obviously back in law school and a couple times when I was doing that, but in the last several years, probably about 3.
As an applicant, how many of the 7 canons currently apply to you as an applicant in this process? Do you know?
I don't know. I would probably say all but 1, if I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Okay. You've been up, like you said, twice now. What do you think you'll change or try to improve on this time if you get certified?
I'm hopeful this time. What was interesting to me the last time was because my previous interview had been within the last year, I didn't get called up to Tallahassee again. So I'm hopeful that I'm closer to that 1-year mark again, that I would have the opportunity to be able to go and speak with the general counsel's office again. I think that would be a benefit to me to be able to do that a second time.
So I just want to make sure I understand that. So, was there contact with their office? Did they ask for any updates over the phone or whatever, or did they simply run off of the first application?
They just sent an email saying that since my interview was within the last 365 days, they would not be calling me up.
Your interview has it been over 365 days?
It was March, so those 60 days will be right about that time. It will be March again.
So you're still within
So
1 year if you get
If it was today, it would be still within the
But the
1 year
appointment
mark.
would be after that.
There
So
would
I
be-
would argue.
Right, so I don't know. It would be depending on when they wanted to conduct the interviews. right, as to whether, because it's going to be right on the cusp.
County or circuit?
The one that needs me. So right now, it's the opportunity that's available with circuit. I think I can serve in either capacity, but I think definitely my experience with most of my trials and everything has been circuit. So I think I'd be fine there.
Do we have any other questions?
Question. If you're on the criminal bench and a prosecutor seeks the death penalty in a child predator case, how are you going to reconcile the current Florida law with the current Supreme Court precedent?
I am going to have to look into that, and we're going to have, hopefully we'll have a little bit more, so we will have some other precedent on that. I will have to spend some time looking at that and trying to figure out how Florida can reconcile that with the current U.S. Supreme Court precedent.
Would you think the current precedent holds that is a violation of the Eighth Amendment to sentence a person to death for any crime that doesn't result in a death?
That is currently the law, yes.
Is there anything you want to highlight before we deliberate?
I just want to draw attention to the fact that I have worked very hard in this circuit. I bring a lot of experience, and I believe that what I can bring to the table in terms of sort of hitting the ground running as a judge would benefit the 7th Judicial Circuit, and I think the people of this county